this session, we are going to discuss exception and its handling mechanism, how to handle the exception in C++. My name is Hariman Pandey, and in this session, we are going to discuss four main concepts. First one is different types of error which can occur during the execution of the program, and then we will discuss exception, the steps involved in handling the exception. We will discuss the working of try and catch block and how to throw an exception, and how catch block will support in order to handle the exception. And then at the end, we will be discussing and analyzing some of the program in C++, by which the aim is to make you understand the working of exception handling mechanism. So let's have a quick look on the learning outcome. So all in this session, my aim is to make you understand on the following learning outcome. First one is discuss different types of error, as I said. So we will be discussing two types of error. One is logical error, and another one is time error. Compile time error and runtime error. There are two types of error, and we will be discussing these two error in detail, and then we will discuss exception. So exception falls in the category of logical error, and then we will discuss exception handling mechanism, and in order to make the concept clear, we will discuss some example where we will apply the steps involved in exception handling mechanism, and finally we will see the working of try and catch block. So the aim of providing this learning outcome is, it is expected that each one of you will be in a position to explain at least these concepts at the end of the session. So we will proceed with the first topic, that is C++ error types. So here you can see I have listed two types of error. So in C++, if you are executing a program, you are compiling a program, so you may come across two types of error. First one is compile time error. Suppose you are executing a program, and your program, you are not able to reach to the output, and because of some error, then such type of error can be called as compile time error. And the another category is runtime error. Suppose the program is working, but you are not able to get the appropriate output, so such type of error will be called as runtime error. So the detailed discussion of these two error is listed in the coming slide. So here you can see this slide is dedicated for compile time error. So compile time error are synthetic error, and uh, generally these error can occur. Suppose a programmer is writing a program and he is not very good in writing the program. He has poor understanding in writing the program. He is not using the standard statement in writing the program. Suppose such as programmer is missing semicolons, comma, and parenthesis. He is not using the standard statement or the library statement appropriately. Then such type of error can occur. So in the second point, I have listed all these things. So most common example of compile time error are missing semicolon, missing comma, missing double quotes, and others. So these error a programmer generally make if the programmer is not having a clear understanding of the syntax defined for writing the program. So this point is given in the third. This one is given as a third point. So it occurs, that is compile time error may occur because of the poor understanding of the language, or a programmer is not very handy in writing the program. So generally, a programmer makes a mistake. He missed some of the statement, and because of that, a compile time error can occur. On the other hand, logical error or runtime error can occur because of the logical mistake. Suppose you are writing a program in C++ for finding area of a circle. So you have written you have declared two parameter, two variable. First one is area and second one is radius. and the concept is you have to use assignment operator where where the data which you want to evaluate, it should be in the left hand side and called as L value, whereas the data which you are giving as the input, it must be in the right side, can be called as R value. But by mistaken, what the programmer has done, programmer has changed the places. So for example, in place of writing the radius in the right hand side, programmer is writing the radius in the left hand side. So the logic of the program is wrong, although it is correct, the statement is correct as far as the syntax is concerned. So we will not get, in such situation, we will not get compile time error. Program will work successfully. Program, you will be in a position to reach to the output screen, but the problem is you will get some garbage value. So this type of error can be categorized under this logical error or runtime error, and we will get unwanted output. So it is given in the second point. Logical error causes the unexpected or unwanted output. So what we want to get, we want to get the area, but we are getting some garbage value, or we are getting some some value which is not relevant to what we want to achieve. uh, Here I have given exception. So before proceeding for exception, what we have done, we have discussed the logical error and compile time error. As far as compile time error is concerned, we discussed that compile time error can occur because of the poor understanding of the program or poor writing skill, where a programmer generally missed, or programmer is not focused towards writing the program. So such time in such situation, compiler will flash the compile time error, and on the other hand, logical error will occur if the logic of the program is not written appropriately. Exception is a runtime error, and programmer usually do not expect such type of error. Programmer feels confident that, oh, I have written the program, and it is we are able to compile it successfully, so we will achieve what we want to achieve as an output. But unfortunately, programmer fails to achieve such thing. So programs generally and see this type of message such as abnormal termination of the program. So such situation can be considered as exception for as far as the program is concerned, and there are many examples a programmer can come across as far as exception is concerned, such as division by zero. If you have given a number and you are dividing the number by zero, so in such situation exception may occur. Opening a file which does not exist, again, in such situation, programmer may come across the error, or in this type of situation can be called as exception. Insufficient memory. Suppose you want to declare an array, and you have declared an array of size 5, and you want to store the data more than 5. So in such situation, you will get this type of message: insufficient memory exists in the program to store the data more than whatever size you have allocated. And the same thing is listed as the last point, that is violation in the array bound, and there are many more. So as far as exception is concerned, exception is a runtime error, and it leads to abnormal termination of the program. And the last point covers some of the example which you can say if anybody is asking what is the meaning of exception, or define or discuss exception. Then in such situation, you can clearly say that exception is a runtime error, and programmer do not expect such type of error, and it leads to abnormal termination of the program. Some of the examples are division by zero, opening the file which does not exist, or insufficient memory, violation of array bound, and others. Now, how to handle this type of problem? The question is, how will manage this type of situation? In order to handle such situation, C++ supports some mechanism by which we can avoid exception. So, in order to handle exception handling, in order to handle the exception, what we'll do, we'll follow these steps. So there are all in all 4 steps I have listed here. So the first step is that writing exception class. So what we'll do, we'll write exception class, and this step is optional. It completely depends on programmer choice. If programmer is interested in writing the exception class, then programmer can write. Otherwise, there is no need. Now, these last three steps are very important as far as exception handling is concerned. So in order to handle the exception in C++, what we will do as a programmer, we will first write the try block. And if we are not confident, or we are in dilemma that maybe the statement which we are writing in the program, it may maybe the statement may flash exception. So we will put such a statement or those statement in the try block, and we'll check how the statement will execute. And if there is any exception, so what we'll do, we'll throw the exception which is listed in step number third. And if exception compiler is throwing any exception, then we will handle such exception with the help of catch block. So the last step is saying that catching and handling the exception thrown. So try block will deal the statement where we are not confident that the statements are correct, or there is something wrong in the statement. And if anything wrong, then we'll throw the exception. And if the exception will be thrown, then catch block will handle such exception. So here I have listed the detailed discussion of try, catch, and throw is given in the coming slide. So this slide talks about try block. So here you can see the first point says that the exception is to be thrown, is to be written in the try block. So what I said, as I said, that if we are not confident that for any statement which we want to write in the program, then we'll put such a statement in the try block, and we'll see the working of those statements. And if any error will occur, then we will throw such exception from the try block. And the second point says that whenever an exception is generated in the try block, it is thrown, the same point. And an exception is an object. I will come on this point later on when I will discuss catch block and examples. So I will make this point more clear at that time. So in order to throw the exception, as a programmer, what we will do, we will write the statement in the try block, and we will try to throw the exception if occur. And in order to throw the exception, we will use throw keyword. And the way of utilizing throw keyword is throw, and whatever exception we are expecting, will write. So throw exception. This is general syntax for throwing an exception. So here this slide explains the general syntax for using try block in the C++ program. So what we'll do, we'll simply write try. We'll make a block with the help of left and right curly braces, and whatever statement we want to write, where we are not sure that the statements may flash any error message, or the statement will execute successfully, then we will put those statement inside the try block. And if any error will occur, then with the help of this throw statement, we'll throw such exception, and it will be handled in the catch block. So here I have given the catch block. So as I said, catch block, the main responsibility is given to the catch block is catching the exception. So if any exception is there, then catch block will catch those exception, and displays the message accordingly. The general syntax for writing the catch block is, first there must be a try block, and then we will write the catch block. So catch block we will write after the try block, and as an argument we'll pass the object, because here you have seen during the discussion of try block, exception is an object. So we'll pass one object as an argument to the catch block, and will display the message accordingly. This slide gives you the detailed idea of exception handling mechanism. And as we already discussed, if we want to handle the exception, we have to utilize the three terms. First one is try, and we'll write the statement in the try block. and if any exception is there, then we will use throw block, throw statement to throw the exception, and if exception is thrown, then there is a need of catch block to catch those exception. And we have discussed the general syntax for all three statements, that is for try, throw, and catch block. And this point says that exception, if the exception is generated, then with the help of throw keyword we will throw the exception within the try block, and if exception is thrown, then we will utilize catch block to catch the exception, and will flash the message according to that. As far as the catch block is concerned, it will accept object as an argument. And some more points are given for exception handling mechanism, but in order to make the concept more clear, we will discuss the example. We will analyze the example, and we will try to understand the examples, which will help you in setting the response for the assignment questions. And suppose there is no exception, we are putting the statement in the try block, and no exception occurs, then in such situation, throw and catch block will get ignored. So control will not move to the throw and catch block. Control will move to the statement which will be given immediately after the catch block, and the working will be just like a normal program, and we will get the output. So here I have given the first example for exception handling. So I have given the main function directly. Before this, some library file will come, and so in this main function, I have given two variable, two data. First one is x, and the second one is y. Both the data is of float type, which you can see over here. And what we want to do, we want to accept the data through keyboard for x as well as for y. So C in statement is given, and we are asking from the user to provide the value for x as well as for the value and value for y. And here you can see this red color text indicates the try block, and the statement which are listed here, we are in doubt that these statement may flash some error message. So here, if the if statement is given, if y is not equal to 0, suppose we have user is providing the value of y which is not equal to 0, then we will divide the number x by y, otherwise we will throw the exception. So we are interested in computing the division. So where we want to divide x by the number y, and if the number is 0, then we'll throw the exception. And same example is listed. You have seen during the discussion of exception, the definition here we have discussed. So here the first example says that division by 0. The same example I have implemented here, and we have kept these statements, that is division by 0, or if y is not equal to 0, then we will divide, otherwise we will throw the exception. And using this catch block, we are handling the exception which will be thrown by this throw statement. So here catch block is given float e is the object, and we have given the statement caught an exception, and we will display the value of y. And here if there is no exception occur, as we discussed, if no exception will occur, then control will not refer to the throw block and catch block. Control will move to the statement which a programmer is providing immediately after the catch block. So if there is no exception, then we will get this message out of try catch block. So here you can see the output statement is given. So enter the two numbers. So user is providing first number as a 35, second number as 78, and we can get the division because the number y is not equal to 0. So in such situation, no exception will occur. So immediately the control will in such situation, control will not move to the throw block and throw statement and catch block. Control will immediately move to the statement which is given immediately after the catch block. So that is the reason we are getting the statement out of try catch block. And suppose if y is equal to 0, in for the same program, if programmer is providing the first value as 35 and second value is 0, then exception will occur, and in such situation the control will first move to the throw statement and throw statement will guide the control to move to the catch block in order to handle, in order to catch the statement which will occur. The second example I have given, where I am utilizing multiple catch statement, and here, not the second example, third example. So here you can see there is main function given. We are using a variable num which is of integer type, and we are assigning the value 10 into this. And what we are doing, we are executing a for statement, and we are starting the execution of this for statement right from number 10, and we will run this for loop till the value of num is less than or equal to 30, and we are increasing the value of num as num is equal to num plus 10. So after each execution, after each iteration, the value of num will increase by 10. And we are what we are doing, we are writing the try statement, and we are checking if number is equal to 20, then throw exception good, and if number is less than 20, then throw num, and if number is greater than 20, then throw 2.25 f. This f indicates that the number is of float type, because we can get the decimal point in float as well as in double. So in order to make the compiler understand the number is of float type, we have used this suffix f at the end of the number. Now we will see, here you can see multiple catch statements are given. So the purpose of providing this program is, in a single program we can utilize multiple catch statement to catch multiple throw statement. So here in the previous slide you can see that in the try block we have thrown the exception 3 times. First, for num is equal to 20, num second one is for num less than 20, third one if num is more than 20. So for three throw statement we have given three catch statement. So the first catch statement will catch the exception for this if statement. The second one will catch the exception for the statement else if num is less than 20, and the third one is for num greater than 20. And if the user is giving, as soon as the loop will start executing, so initial value is 20, so num is equal to 20. So num, if num is equal to 20 in the first iteration, the value of num is 10. So num is 10, so control will not going to execute the first if statement. Control will move to the second if statement, because the num is equal to 10, which is less than 20. So this throw statement will get execute, and control will move to the second catch block, and that is why we are getting caught int exception e is equal to 10. So here you can see caught string exception e is equal to good, because in the second iteration the value of num will be 20. 10 plus 10 is equal to 20, and for the third iteration the value of num will be 10 plus 10, sorry, 20 plus 10, which will be 30. So third catch statement will run, and at the end if there is no exception, then control will move to this statement, and then the statement outside try catch block will get executed. So that is why we are getting the output like this. Now this program is given to utilize exception handling mechanism for a function. So here you can see I have given two data member, two variable x and y. Both the variable is of integer type, and here I have declared one function generate exception, and I am passing two parameter as an argument, two parameter of integer type, and we are accepting the value for x and y, and we are calling this function generate exception in the try block, and the catch block will handle the exception if any occur. And this statement, the blue color text indicates the definition, that is the working style of the function declared in the main function over here. And initially we are for the first output we have taken the value of x as 50 and the value of y is 30, and we are checking which number is greater. So so here the statement is given: m is equal to x greater than y. If this statement is true, then the value of m will be 1. If the statement is not true, that is false, then the value of m will be 0. So we are checking here, if m is equal to true, then subtraction will there will be a subtraction, otherwise throw a exception. And then as soon as this throw statement will get executed, immediately the control will move to the catch block, and whatever statement we have given in the catch block, these statement will get executed. So for the first output, coming to this these outputs, so for the first output, as you can see, the first number is 50, that is the value of x is 50 and the value of y is 30. So here you can see x is greater than y, that is 50 is greater than 30, this is true. So the value of m is true, so there will be a subtraction. So 50 minus 30, we are getting 20, and then control will move to this statement, that is out of try catch block. So that is why we are getting this type of output. In the second case, what we have done, we have taken two number. First number, that is the value of x is 30, and the value of y, that is the second number, is 50. Now in this situation, when this statement, the conditional statement which we have given in the generate exception function, this statement, that is 30 is not greater than 50, this statement is false. So control will move to the else, body of the else statement, and throw an exception. As soon as this statement will get executed, here you can see subtraction not possible. So as soon as this statement will get executed, immediately control will move to the catch block and handle the situation, handle the error. And then after executing this catch block, control will again move out from the catch block, and then the statement will get, this statement will get executed, that is out of try catch block. And that is why we are getting the last statement as out of try catch block. So the purpose of providing this program is to make you understand how we can generate the exception. Suppose you are working on a real life software development, and you want to use C++ programming language, and you want to incorporate varieties of exceptions in the software in the software. Then by utilizing the concept of functions, you can generate the exception, and accordingly you can handle with the help of try catch and throw statement. Now at the end, we will discuss the conclusion what we have done in this session. In this session, the purpose is to make to discuss and make you understand the concept of different types of error. First one is first type of error we discussed was compile time error, when the programmer is not in the mood of writing the program, or programmer is not focused towards writing the program, or programmer is poor in writing. Then in such situation, compile time error will occur, and if compile time error will occur, you will not able to reach to the output. On the other hand, if runtime error will occur, you will be in a position to reach to the output screen, but you will not get the desired output or the appropriate output which you exactly you want to achieve. Then we discussed exceptions, and the steps involved in handling the exceptions. So all in all, we have discussed four steps for handling the exception. First one was writing the exception class, then utilizing try block. If any exception is there, then we will throw the exception, which will be caught by catch block. So that is why I have written this third point, try catch block. So we utilize the feature of try and catch block for handling the exception, and then we discussed some of the examples, and we discuss some of the examples, and I hope these examples will help you in understanding the concept of exception handling and generating the exceptions. So at the end, again, I have listed some of the remark. So for the video lecture, for the assignments for the multiple choice questions, you can visit this link, this web, that is iuce.influx.com, and there you can find, this time I have given some discussion questions. For the earlier lecture, I have uploaded descriptive assignment as well as multiple choice questions. Again, I will be uploading multiple choice questions for this lecture also, but this time my plan is to engage you for discussion question. So I have I have uploaded 5 discussion questions, and the discussion question will help you in understanding, and when you will prepare the response for the discussion question, the concept of exception handling will be more clearer to you all. And if you have any query, you can put your query in the discussion section, and as soon as I will see your query, I will respond you back. And if you want to discuss personally, you can drop me mail also on my email ID, which is listed here. uh, Thank you very much.